Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this mini series based on my tour, my solo tour around Tunisia. To all my Tunisian friends, I hope it does justice to your beautiful country, and to anybody else considering visiting Tunisia or doing a cycling tour in Tunisia, I hope it helps. Enjoy, subscribe, like, share. Hope you can watch all of them. Thank you.
Culture.
Culture, right?
Yes, this is cultural center of Kairouan. And then you've got the old city walls. Right, so Uncle Monji in Tabarka, I was just about to make the booking and he said, wait, I have a friend, Hassen. And Hassen knows Uncle Monji's son, Sahar. So here we are. See, it's just like every day, كل يوم أخرج من منزلي ومن البيت من الفندق أو نزل ولا أعرف وين بيت الليلة وديما يفتح الأبواب.
مرحبا بك. Nice to meet you in Kairouan.
عايش عايش. Every day أنا أعرف هذا المكان، أعرف هذا المكان. كنت هنا قبل كم 6 أشهر كنت هنا مع أصحابي.
Okay.
So this is the entrance to the old city. I was here with the guys on the Tour de Tunisia when we came here in November. Hey, okay.
هذه أول مدينة إسلامية in the North Africa.
So the first Islamic city in North Africa.
In the North Africa.
Established by Uqba Bin Nafi.
Uqba Bin
Nafi. And then the masjid is also named after him. The big Jami al-Kabir. اسمه جامع عقبة بن نافع. أقدم جامع في أفريقيا.
في أفريقيا كلها. عمره
1200 years.
No, 400 and half.
Oh wow. Wow, okay. يعني من زمن صحابة.
من زمن ايه؟ اوكي، من زمن الصحابة. هذا المكان يسمى is the first faculty.
هاي يعني مدرسة. So the first مدرسة إسلامية. So the first Islamic مدرسة في أفريقيا ممكن.
في أفريقيا قبل حتى جامع الزيتونة في تونس. هذا المكان
قبل الزيتونة.
سنزورها، ندخلوا لها تفضل. ندخل طبعا.
عايش. Let's go.
سيراميك
ما شاء الله حلو. ليش نصور؟
المبيت للدوراتوار فور لي زيتيديون.
فهمت.
ويكتبوا يقرا.
يعني هذا المبيت للطلاب.
Yes,
so that's the student accommodation up there before. Then you've got the niche محراب. هذه جهة قبلة.
قبلة.
Okay, so this is the Qibla direction. And look at the mosaic, it's beautiful. It's so nice to have a guide, Hassan. Visit.
اوكي. انا مش محطوط بعيد، مش كادري. كتابة فنية، خط عربي.
Look at that. So here we go. That way we got مسجد جامع 3 أبواب.
منا.
and جامع عقبة بن نافع.
من هنا
إلى السوق وبروتا. نزور البروتا. به نزور بروتا. So Barrouta is the where they've got the camel drawing the water up from the ground. I visit it every time, so we might as well visit it now as well, inshallah. Right, let's see Barrouta. Got the entrance here to Barrouta. Yeah, it's a bit gimmicky, but it's always worth a visit. So you've got these stairs, and at the top you've got the camel drawing the water. It's really interesting. Right, up we go. والهي ما زالش تدخل.
السلام عليكم.
السلام. And there you've got the well that draws the water up. It really is quite interesting, actually. There we go. and as it goes around, the whole mill just pulls it up. French? Nice to meet you. Sorry?
Italian.
Italian, no, nice to meet you. So Tunisia is the set of a lot of films actually, and Indiana Jones films buffs. You might remember this street from Indiana Jones. It was filmed here. I think it's the bit where he's reaching for his gun and it's not in his pocket anymore. But yeah, amazing location for a lot of films. Star Wars buffs, you'll know the areas around Tatooine, etc. But beautiful Kairouan. Jamia Hanafiya, so those who follow the Hanafi school of thought, not that I'm promoting one or the other, but just as a note of fact, Jamia Hanafiya, the only one in Tunisia and in Kairouan, or the first one, established in 1094 Hijri, Jamia Hanafiya. So we've got the Medina here and the normal tourist trappings. I much prefer the traditional sites, but I suppose you've got to attract the tourists somehow. So you've got the normal, I won't call it tats, but the normal stuff that tourists are enticed by. Very stereotypical touristy stuff, not the traditional Tunisian stuff. I mean, you've got some of the traditional Tunisian handicrafts there. But yeah, do you know, many times as I've come to Kairouan, I've never really had the relaxed time to actually explore the city. I've always been in and out. I think this is the 5th or the 6th time, and I've always been in and out because I've always been working to a deadline. But this time I think we'll have a leisurely walk around.
على فلسطين كان اليهود الجويف يسكنون هنا ثم وقع ثم ذهبوا إلى لما دخلوا فلسطين ذهبوا في 48
اي حتى هم كانوا في الكيف ايضا في الكيف يوجد سيناغوج معبد هنا في الكيف
هذا المكان كان فيه الجويف.
So this used to be known as the Jewish quarter when everybody lived in harmony before the creation of Israel and the animosities between Arabs and Jews, but everybody lived in Morocco, in Tunisia, in Aljazair in peace. This used to be, that section there, them streets, they were known as the Jewish quarter. Headed towards the parking. Last time I think we parked here and then we went that way towards Uqba Bin Nafi for Juma. Just headed towards the Jami now. Some stunning pictures hopefully. It is a beautiful city, and I've seen bits that I haven't seen before. I mean, most of it I think I've seen, but today with Hassen I've seen some new bits as well. Alhamdulillah. شفت اليوم أماكن يعني ما شفتهم قبل. حتى زرته 5 مرات قبل. الحمد لله. نزور جامع عقبة وبعد إن شاء الله نعمل قهوة ونفطر إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله. So we're gonna go see جامع عقبة. Then we're going to grab some coffee and then some lunch, some very late lunch actually. It's about 3:30 and I don't know why I'm this fresh and I don't know why I'm grinning, but because I've had a tough over 100 kilometers today with a lot of climbing, but I've had a hot shower after almost a week and I feel fresh. The hotel, like a really quaint little hotel, but it had hot water, so I know that sounds weird, but hot water after a week, I was getting a bit whiffy, to be honest. I was washing every day, but cold water can't be as thorough. So I'm fresh, and hopefully I won't regret all of this walking tomorrow. Anyway, you don't want to know about me. Jami Uqba, Bismillah. So this area here used to be like the French garrison, and before then it used to be the place for the Ottoman armies as well. Just there you can see the door, and now it's a 5-star hotel. Look at that. So it was the Ottoman garrison, and then in the time of the occupation, colonial times, it was the French garrison. وتوا نزل 5 نجوم. Now it's like a 5-star hotel. Oh, من هنا نجي. So we're gonna. I'm headed off in the wrong direction. I think.
للطلبة الذين يأتون من أفريقيا يحفظون القرآن ثم يرجعون إلى بلدانهم ليؤموا الناس
So this is a madrasa. Yeah, I mean, you know that Kairouan has a very rich Islamic history going back over 1,000 years, and it continues to this day. So this madrasa, you've got students coming from all over Africa learning Islamic theology, memorizing the Quran, and then going back and becoming imams in their respective countries. And just over there you've got Jami Uqba. So what a setting to be learning Islam in. Wow. For I think the 5th or the 6th time. It's beautiful.
هذه أقدم مئذنة في شمال أفريقيا. أقدم مئذنة
في شمال أفريقيا. The oldest Adhan tower in all of. وتو سكر يعني المؤذن يعني هذا الميناريت مسكر ولا محلول؟
تفتح عند صلاة المغرب لأن الإمام الطلبة يحفظون القرآن فيصعد المؤذن هناك ويؤذن بصوته لا
ولكن للسياحة يعني سكر
للسياحة لا.
باهي نعمل صورة.
تفضل. من قام ببناء الجامع جعل له 8 أبواب لأن الجنة فيها 8 أبواب.
So there's 8 entrances, 8 beautiful, quite ornate entrances. And the reason he says is because Jannah has 8 doors, the Masjid Uqba has 8 doors. For this side, على هذه الجهة 4 والجهة الأخرى 4. So on this side, so this would be the south side, I think, with Qibla being that way, and then that being the north face. There's 4 doors on that side as well, and I generally enter through this one at the front. So let's see. Wow, it's beautiful. I mean, look at how thick these walls are. بسم الله. اللهم افتح لي ابواب رحمتك. There we go. Salam. Just look at that for an entrance. And how grand that it looks now, and how grand and imposing it would have looked back in the time. Look at these towers. And that dome is stunning. I always like to have a look down these down all the pillars. So beautiful.
هذه كتابة عربية قديمة من عمرها أكثر من 1400 عام. هذه الكتابة.
هذه الكتابة؟
آيات من القرآن.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. باقي شنو؟ وكم يعني قديم؟
قديمة 1400 عام هذه.
اوكي.
من عهد الأغالبة.
من بناء مسجد، من بناء جامع.
هذه السواري قاموا بجلبها من المدن الرومانية القديمة.
أي ممكن من الجم أو من آثار رومانية.
من الآثار الرومانية طبعا. سأوريك كتابة رومانية في الصومعة.
Okay, so a lot of these pillars you'll see, they're not all the same, and they're not, how would you say again, equal. So it's because they have been, let's just say, reused from old Carthaginian and Roman sites. So you'll see the tops of them. They're all very different. So after the Islamic conquest of North Africa, a lot of the old Roman sites were scavenged. Trying to find a more kinder word, but you'll see the pillars, they're all different. A lot of the stones, you'll see some of them, now I can't confirm, but I've been told before that a lot of the larger stones have been taken from one side of Al-Jem. So if you've visited the Colosseum Al-Jem, on one side is pretty much not very well preserved. So yeah, that side, they say that a lot of the bigger stones were actually taken from that site and then reused here. Considering that Al-Jem is only down the road, I think. What are we? Al-Jem كم بعيد من هنا؟ تقريبا 60 كيلو.
70 كيلومتر.
70 كيلو, about 70 kilometers. So considering the relative closeness of the site, I think that's probably feasible actually. But look at that. Never ceases to impress.
هذه كتابة رومانية على الأحجار التي بنيت بها الصومعة، وهي دليل على أنهم قد جلبوا هذه الأحجار من المواقع من المدن الرومانية القديمة.
So you can see the Roman script cut into the stone, the inscriptions cut into the stone. I mean, it proves, as Hassen is saying, that a lot of these stones have been pilfered from old Roman sites, reused after the Islamic conquest of North Africa. And like I say, a lot of the pillars, you'll see, in fact, once I get a chance, I'll go in the mosque and you'll see that a lot of the pillars have been reused as well. But this style of architecture هذا فريد يعني في العالم. أولا يعني هذا المحراب حكى كيف تقول arch بالإنجليزي بالعربية؟ القوس. هذه أول مرة يستعمل هنا، بعد كان يستعمل في إسبانيا حتى في أندلس. في الأندلس أخذ يعني نفس الانجينيرينج. يعني
هذه أقدم ساعة شمسية موجودة في العالم العربي حاليا.
هذه
أقدم ساعة شمسية.
So this is like a solar clock. I forgot what you call them now. نطلع؟
تفضل.
Okay, let's have a look. So I forgot what you call them now, but oh yeah, look at that. السلام ورحمة الله.
هذه أقدم ساعة شمسية موجودة حاليا. بعدها الساعة اللي موجودة في الجامعة اللي في تستور. أقدم ساعة. الكتاب هذه من عهد الأغلبي.
So I don't know how to read it, but I know how to read one of them. It's 3:55.
العصر. لمواقيت الصلاة.
So they could tell from there the times of Salat and all of that. One of the oldest sundials, I think that's what you call it. ساعة شمسية.
ساعة شمسية تسمى بالعربية مزولة.
مزولة. So sundial, that's the word I was looking for. Time obviously was very important, and they were experts at reading the stars and the moon and being able to tell the time, and time being very important for the times of Salah when different months start as well, so they were experts at that. تفضل.
هنا نظام لفلترة المياه، مياه الأمطار. يقع تخزينها في مخازن.
So it's an underground storage system for rainwater.
ننظر هنا. يقع تصفية المياه في هذه الثقوب، الأتربة تحجز هنا وينزل الماء صافيا.
حتى يستعمل فيه ايش يعني للوضوء
للوضوء ولتنظيف الجامع.
okay. So it was like a way of storing rainwater, and then it would be used both for wudu, pre-prayers, ritual ablutions, and for cleaning the masjid as well. So ingenious. Really is inspiring. I mean, they did this, what, more than 1200 years ago? Wow. Every time I come here, it's never ever fails to impress. Look at that niche, that mihrab, one of the oldest functioning members in the Islamic world, still in use. I forget what that thing's called, but that's the same. I think the wood, if I remember correctly, is sourced from India. Just look at them sides. Look at these arches. So if you notice, there's not much symmetry between the arches. They've all been taken from different sites and then repurposed here in Kairouan. To think that this is what, more than 1200, is it 1400 years? I don't know. Wow. Look at those columns. So other than the fact that they've had to reuse pillars that are all different, there's a degree of amazing symmetry in here. I mean, look at it. Just look straight down there. So you've got this pillar, which is very, very different to this one. The tops are very different. Look at that. Really is quite beautiful. Just a little oasis of calm. Imagine what it would have looked like before all the development. I mean, in the middle of the desert, you got this beautiful city built around this amazing mosque. It would have been a center for learning, for development, for sciences. Beautiful. I always like that view. I'm going to try and get a picture, try and get Hassen to get a picture between the arches and the minaret. Alhamdulillah, privileged to be here once more. Kairouan. By bike. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Almost Asr time, so I think we'll hang around until Asr Azan, pray Asr, and then go grab a bite to eat, inshallah. Kairouan. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمد الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. Privileged to be here once more, and it signifies the end of my tour. Well, not quite the end. It'd be alright if this was the end. I'd spend a couple of days here. I've got Al Jem tomorrow, got about 70 kilometers, then Mahdiya, and then up the coast to Sousse. In the narrow streets of Kairouan on the hunt for some traditional food. مأكلة تقليدية إن شاء الله.
أكلة تقليدية تونسية.
شوف الأبواب محلاهم يعني كل أبواب محلاهم. ممكن نصور لي واحد. يعني في قيروان في كل شارع يوجد مسجد.
في كل شارع في المدينة العتيقة القديمة في كل مسجد. شارع يوجد مسجد لأهل ذلك الشارع.
أي فاهم.
300 مسجد في المدينة العتيقة فقط.
300 just in the old town of Kairouan. A lot of
المسجد الثاني هنا.
A lot. Here we are. We just passed one, and we got another one here. What we got here? Al Masjid. سيدي
يحيى الأنصاري.
يحيى الأنصاري.
من أنصار النبي من أصحاب النبي.
So you got a mosque on every corner, almost 300 just in the old quarter, just in the old masjid. Oh wow, look at that. Murals aplenty. السلام عليكم. I mean, I've been to Kairouan lots of times, but it's like every time I come there's something new. كل ما أزور أشوف شيء جديد.
تكتشف أشياء جديدة طبعا.
أكتشف أشياء جديدة.
مسجد
أبي قباء. Another one. 300 just in the wall, in the old walled city.
في كل شارع تجد مسجدا.
وإن شاء الله سنزور مسجد 3 أبواب.
3 أبواب. يسمى مسجد ابن خيرون.
مسجد ابن خيرون.
لكن نطلق عليه لقب مسجد 3 أبواب لأنه مميز ب3 أبواب.
يعني اسمه يعني بالضبط مسجد
ابن خيرون.
ابن خيرون، ولكن يلقب مسجد 3 أبواب لأنه يعني مميز من الآخر.
والكتابة الموجودة على واجهته هي أقدم كتابة عربية منقوشة حاليا موجودة.
So it's the oldest, how would you say, inscribed writing في العالم أو
في العالم الإسلامي.
in the Islamic world. I'll show you it. I mean, it is amazing. I've seen it before. It's the oldest inscriptions cut into stone anywhere in the Islamic world, going back more than 1300, 1400 years. It is beautiful, and you can almost not read it anymore because it's kind of worn away. But yeah, it really is beautiful, and like you were saying, the name is actually something different for the mosque, but it's as a USP. It has 3 doors. It's distinguished in that it has 3 big doors, so it's called Masjid Thalathat Abwab.
سندخل الآن لنأكل هنا في هذا المطعم.
مطعم هنا. Right, I've just walked past the restaurant. That's a first.
قصر الحران.
قصر الحران. بالي حران. باهي. Let's go. I mean, it's not like me to walk past somewhere to eat, so yeah, turn back.
على نمط العربي.
It's like an old. Wow.
كل شيء قديم.
Wow, everything's old and restored. Look at it. Not a bad place for lunch. Not a bad place for lunch. نجي مسوي مساج. Look at that down in the cellar. That's where you put the naughty kids. So it's like an old Arab courtyard kind of thing, you know, with an open centre and then all of that. Wow. You'd have to have a bit of money back in the day to have one of these. Wow. Is nice, and as I suspected, a bit too highbrow for me, so by reservation only, and we don't have a reservation.
لأنهم يعدون أكل تقليدي.
Hey, thanks. So they prepare the old traditional dishes fresh, so you need to have a reservation, but hey, I think it was a bit posh for me anyway. Scruff like me deserves some street food. بس أنا ديما أحب طعام شعبي، طعام من شوارع، طعام ماكلة خفيفة.
أوكي.
لا بأس. كسكروتة وهكذا. No problem. So it's nice. I'm more comfortable anyway. So here we go.
من هنا سنخرج ليكون أمامنا مباشرة مسجد 3 أبواب.
So we're going to come out of here. We're going to see Masjid 3 Abwab, and then we're going to find some food that's more up my street. It was a bit posh, that place.
هذا المكان تقام فيه الحفلات.
Get some closer images in a bit, but you might see some carpet weavers here. Oh, there he is. Got a weaver there. تحب الصور? No problem, I won't get you. There we go.
هذيك الكتابة القديمة اللي قلت لك عليها أقدم كتابة منقوشة بالعربية.
So there you go. So now you know why they call it the Mosque of the 3 Doors. And it is old. قديم
هذا
من وقت الجامع الكبير ممكن.
من القرن التاسع ميلادي.
القرن التاسع
ميلادي.
So 9th century AD.
يعني من القرن
أي.
الثاني هجري.
ثاني هجري. So about 1200 years old still, and just look at that. I don't know how much of that inscription in stone you can see.
الكتابة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لله الأمر من قبل ومن بعد الآية القرآنية.
Wow. Once again privileged. صور مبارك. It really is beautiful. It's never been open every time I've come, so we've never been able to go in. I suppose a lot of it has to do with preservation and making sure that these sites are available for generations to come, but more than 1200 years old. مسجد ثلاثة أبواب هكا يلقب واسمه
مسجد ابن خيرون.
مسجد ابن خيرون.
هو
If you visit, make sure you visit. If you come to Kairouan, make sure your guide brings you here. If he doesn't, just Google Maps it. Everything's within walking distance. Right, food. So you've got these craftsmen that still exist in these little alleyways. So here you go in the arch, just around the corner from Masjid al-Web, and he's making these beautiful things. Oh wow! Salam Hej. Look at this. These for the Quran. And look at that. Also, so he's got his templates there. They're still doing it old school. Got the pictures there. He's probably been doing it for generations. Wow. شكرا يا حاج عايشك ربي يعينك عايشك مهدي
قيروان.
اي قدم نفسك مهدي من وين من مطعم
مهدي بوديسا من مطعم بوديسا القيروان.
مطعم بوديسا في قيروان. عايش اخويا مهدي. السلام عليكم. حسن تفضل.